Hey everybody, it's Eric from epautos.com, your libertarian car guy. It's a sad day today. They took back the Jeep Wrangler 392, and I'm now driving the 21 Subaru Crosstrek, which ordinarily would also be a happy moment. I really like the Crosstrek. It's a cool little vehicle. It's one of the few vehicles that you can still get with a manual transmission, particularly in the crossover segment. But more about that later. What I wanted to briefly touch on this morning is what happened yesterday, the reveal of the Lightning F-150, Ford's new electric version of the F-150 pickup, which of course is receiving hagiographical press coverage as expected. No big surprise there. An interesting thing about it too is that they tout its low price of $40-something thousand, but you have to read a little farther into the text to find out that that gives you the 230-mile range battery. If you want more range, if you want 300 miles, then you got to pay $50,000. So the affordability thing is highly dubious, extremely questionable. Also, there's another aspect of it too that I never hear anybody touch on, which I think is very important, particularly if you're thinking about getting an electric car, any electric car, not just this one. And it is that the range of an electric car is different in an important way than the range in an electric car. Let's say I'm driving this Crosstrek, and let's say, I don't know offhand what its range is, but let's say it's 400 miles, which is probably approximately what it is. Hang on, I'm gonna pass somebody here. See you later. And got one more to pass up here, but I have to wait for my moment to do it. But anyway, to get back to what I was talking about, you can really push it in a non-electric car, and I mean push it to the point of running on fumes, because gas is so easy to get anywhere and you don't have to wait. You know, if I roll into a gas station with half a gallon of gas in the tank, I'm fine. I don't have to think about it too much. Really, the only time you have to worry about it is if you're out in the Death Valley or somewhere where there isn't a gas station for 20 or 30 miles or whatever the case may be. But with an electric car, let's say that you got the 230 miles that you get with the new Lightning F-150. It really isn't 230 miles, is it? It's more like whatever it is to get you to where you have to charge and where you don't mind waiting. So let's say, oh my God, dudes on ludes should not drive. This guy can't pass a bicyclist? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, Clover! Oh no! This is what I mean by clovers. There's a bicyclist up ahead, and this guy in front of me is too incompetent to deal with passing a bicyclist. So he's literally stopping in the middle of the freaking road because he's too impaired to pass a bicyclist. And now he's backing off from the cyclist like 3 car lengths to make it essentially impossible for anybody else to pass. Oh my God, is it that hard? Moron! Ugh. At any rate, sorry for the interruption. You got to plan around where you're going to stop to charge. You really can't push it in the electric car. If you run that thing down to a couple of miles of its maximum range and you don't have a place to plug in, you're in trouble. And if you don't have time to wait, it's a hassle. So unless you're headed home to stop and know that you don't have to go anywhere or headed to wherever you're going to charge, the electric car's maximum touted range isn't really the same as a non-electric car's range. It's really important to keep that in mind, and I wish they would talk about that more, because it's going to be a real bummer for people who buy these vehicles when they realize that. And there's another aspect of it too that ties into that. The charging time is hugely dependent on the type of charging that you have access to. When they say you can get back on the road in a half hour or 45 minutes with a fast charger, that's true if you have a fast charger. The problem is most people don't, and they don't have them at their homes because most home panels simply don't have the capability to instill the kind of voltage necessary to fast charge. They may have a double 115, so 220 or 240 dryer type outlet, and yeah, that'll get you back on the road in a couple of hours as opposed to overnight, but it's not going to get you back on the road in a half hour. So there's a real big convenience issue there with all electric cars, not just the F-150, every single one of them for that reason. It's a function of battery chemistry and physics. Anyhow, I'll have more about that up at epautos.com, the web's best libertarian gearhead site. And for something a bit more pleasant, if you want to forget about electric cars and forget about face diapering and all the rest of this stuff, you might want to check out the latest article, which is a look back at the 1978-1979 blah blah Little Red Express pickup truck that Dodge made back in the day. Fun vehicle. Anyway, more about that up at epautos.com. Thanks as always for reading. I'm going to get back to cornering, and we'll catch up with you again soon.